Hello, it is Friday, March 3rd, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Friday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving a themeless puzzle, the first of two themeless puzzles for the week, and it's the Friday, so it might be a little bit punny. That's often what happens on Friday. It's a debut construction as well. And this debut Friday themeless construction has been brought to us by Matthew Drake, Fargrim, and, as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the ineffable Josh Bordeaux. So thank you so much to the four of them. They're, of course, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, which means they support this channel. They make this series a sustainable part of my daily work, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thanks to those four. Thanks to everybody who's a patron of the channel. And if you'd like to join their ranks, you can do so at patreon.com/dailysolve or via the description field link, and there you'll find all of the bonus videos, which includes this week's Bosswords Spring Themeless League puzzle, the championship puzzle, the final puzzle of this series. So check that out if you've been following the Bossword series, or catch up on it if you haven't. And thanks to everybody who does support the channel and has access to those videos. And you could also subscribe to the channel on YouTube. That's a big help. And also liking the videos from time to time, commenting, those things are all helpful as well. So let's get on to the crossword and see how we do today. This is a debut construction by Eli Cotham, so welcome to him. It was edited once again by Joel Faliano. And let's start solving, see how we get on. Average. It could mean average as in so-so. It could mean a mathematical average as in the mean. Now that I've thought of both of those, I don't know which I think is more likely. Word used when addressing Kamala Harris. Well, as Vice President, you'd address her as Madam, so there we go. So average is mean, so there we go. It's good that I thought of both of those possibilities, I suppose, but it wasn't helpful until we could disambiguate them. Blank Del Don, two-time WNBA MVP. Well, unsurprisingly, I don't know the sports answer. So what about this? Beverage brand whose name translates to morning sun. Beverage brand. I don't think I know that. Juncture, a node, a sort of meeting point of multiple pathways on a network, say. And further could be it's five further. It's five. I can't see what this is. That's very frustrating. Okay, right. What about this? Alternative to the online newspaper, colloquially. Oh, Dead Tree Edition? There we go. So yeah, you do sometimes see Dead Tree to refer to paper, hard copy paper products. So that is my guess here. I don't think I've necessarily heard the specific phrase Dead Tree Edition, but I bet that's the answer because it would be the printed edition of a newspaper as opposed to the online edition. All right, phrase that inspired the title of Prince Harry's memoir. Well, his memoir was entitled Spare, wasn't it? So what does that mean? What's the phrase that inspired that? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if this is a phrase that relates to him or just a general phrase referring to a spare, like a spare tire or something like that. Half of a rum-based cocktail's name. Oh, it's Mai. We had Mai Tai in the puzzle just yesterday or the day before, I think. So there we go. It has returned in 50% form. And then this looks like maybe Elena could be this name. Further is also, yeah, of course. Further, this other point I'd like to make, also that thing. So this probably is Elena. And then beverage brand whose name translates to morning sun is, Asahi maybe? That's an Indian beer, I believe. So maybe that's the answer. And then although this doesn't look ANH, that looks a bit strange. Anhedonia? I don't know why we would I'm just wondering why we'd have an N before an H, because I would have assumed the AN to be the indefinite article. So we'd be saying and something. Oh, maybe it's an heir because he, because as the younger son, he's not the heir to the throne. An heir. Oh, an heir and a spare? Right, okay, that's what it is. It refers to having two potential heirs in case something happens to the to the presumptive heir. Okay, well there we go. So that's what it is. I think I've heard that phrase used with respect to royalty before. All right. Anyway, Sid, who co-founded Pink Floyd, this is Sid Barrett, who is the original frontman of Pink Floyd, who, due to mental problems and drug addiction, was essentially ejected from the band after their first album. Nickname for a Texas metropolis. Nickname. Not sure about the nickname bit. It'll probably make sense when I see it, but I'm not sure offhand. Organization with the podcast At Liberty. I assume this is probably the ACLU, the American Civil Liberties Union. That would make sense name-wise. So let's try that and look over here. Secluded spot, a glen. Secluded spot in a forest area, something like that. Okay, so what's the big, maybe D for Dallas? Delivery estimate. Yes, it is that. Due date. Okay, Dallas. I assume Dallas is the biggest city in Texas. It seems like it would be. So that would make sense. Okay, 6. Cool down stretches. Ice, question mark. So there's some kind of pun here. Ice aids? No. Ice ages. Stretches as in stretches of time. There we go. So an age, an era is a stretch of time. Okay, and then here we have to more than just ask is to beg. And then the second longest bone in the human body, the tibia, which is one of the leg bones. All right, evening in ads. Well, night is, for whatever reason, in commercial contexts, often spelled N-I-T-E. I've never exactly been sure why you get these things. Similarly, light spelled L-I-T-E. Never quite understood that, but it is common. Anyway, and then puts another layer on something. Upcoats. I don't think upcoats is a word. Recoats. Oh, maybe a layer of paint. You could recoat something with paint. Let's see if that works. We'll check this. Something ending in K, perhaps. A temperature. It's ending in Kelvin. Something ending in K. No, it could be a 10K or a 5K. It could be a foot race, or you could just say a race. That's totally plausible. Lined up after in a row. Yeah, there we go. Desire personified could be Eros, the god of love and desire. Okay, shared a bed with one's baby. Co-slept, maybe? That seems plausible. What about this? Charge, cost. Well, that's the fee that you're paying. Pip's love in Great Expectations. Oh boy, I haven't read Great Expectations in decades. Is it Estelle? I'm not actually sure that's the case. Now let's see. Okay, that works. You're thinking about it. Let's see. So this probably is Estelle. Let's try it and see if it works. Favoring the rich and powerful. Elitist. There we go. Fervent requests could be please, begging for something. One way to prepare steak. Tenderly? I don't think that's right. Level. Well, a level is a tier. You could have a multi-tier system, a multi-level system. So one way to prepare steak. Terribly? That's possible. I don't know what this is. How do I not see what this is? One way to prepare steak. I can't see it. Shellfish, question mark. Not sure. It's too long. What about this? Huffy exclamation. This is an outrage? Yeah, okay, that's sort of a kind of a stereotypical thing to say in a huff. Let's see if we can confer the outrage bit, because this is A, at least, is probably right. Risk territory between Ukraine and Siberia. Ural, I think. I don't even know that I've ever played Risk, maybe once or twice in my life, but I have seen this referenced a couple of times, maybe once in the crossword. Service agreement. Okay, this might be wrong. Golf difficulties, perhaps. Oh, lays in the sense of, the lay is where the ball has landed. You have to play there, so that could be a difficulty for you. I'm not sure about that. Let's look at this. Likewise, as am I. Oh, maybe it's lies. which would be more grammatically accurate, but you never know these days. Let's see. Service agreement. Amen. Oh, right. Okay. So it's an agreement in a church service. So you could say amen. And then quaint expression of surprise. Aw, gee, right? I think that's probably right. Or it could be AH. Could be plausibly spelled either way. I might leave that blank for now. Half of an ill-fated 2001 merger. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's OG. Because I'm assuming this is AOL. Was that AOL Time Warner? I don't know if that was when that happened. But I bet it's AOL, which feels like it would be part of an ill-fated merger one way or another. Some bank holdings are liens, so oops, this could be a lien on a mortgage, for potential for non-payment of mortgage. And then this probably is OG. Oh, and shellfish is going to end with sushi. I'm not quite sure why yet. I'm not sure what sushi has to do with shells, but it certainly has to do with fish. So bare minimum. Oh, maybe it's. No, I don't know. I thought I had an idea, but I didn't. Bare minimum. The least you could do would be the bare minimum. Some carry-ons. This could be a type of luggage, or it could be punny and be referring to something else. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Beat it. Get out. Something out, maybe. Saison chaude. So this is referring to hot seasons in French. Beat it. I would have assumed this to be étés for summer, hot seasons. So that would make my guess about beat it being out is wrong. Go home or something? I don't know. One way to prepare steak. Maybe this is a Stella. Co-slept. Do I have something wrong here? I don't understand what's going on with this. I feel as though I'm doing something wrong with this way to prepare steak. Still competitive. If you're in it, you're still competitive. And stand, to bear something, to be, to remain erect. To what is stand in this case? Start of an apology. Start of an apology. Oh, mea culpa. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so then what's beat it? I don't know. Oh, I don't know what it is. Oh, that's annoying. And then what's the shellfish? Shellfish. Restaurant sushi? I don't know why that would be the case. Doesn't fit within it anyway. Or it doesn't even have enough room. I don't know what this is. Moves slowly. Oozes or crawls or inches would fit. Let's try that. No, it wouldn't. That was embarrassing. Moves slowly would be seeps. Oh, but oozes would. Oh, I said inches would, but oozes would. And I think that was the first thing I said. L-E-G. L-E-G. Oh, size, as in large. Yes, L-M-S. Yep. Okay, now I get it. O-O? Oh, okay. That's probably what it is. Sport used to train aerial gunners during World War II. Skeet shooting. There we go. So that's, target practice, effectively, in that case. And then old Pontiacs, GTOs. That's an old model of Pontiac car. I don't even think Pontiac exists anymore. Maybe it does. I don't know. Anyway, shellfish. Now, this feels wrong. Maybe it's okay? Gas. Oh, gas stations. Oh, my goodness. Gas station sushi. Okay. Right. So pre-prepared packaged sushi you might get at a gas station. Or, and the gas station might be a Shell station. It might be owned by the oil company Shell. Wow. Okay. Well, there we go. Owned or operated, I guess. One way to prepare steak is tartare. That's what it is. It's Estella. Was Pip's Love and Great Expectations. There we go. And then steak tartare, raw minced steak, which I have to say I enjoy. And then stand is rise. Okay, that's straightforward. Beat it, vamos. Right, and that wasn't in my mind at all. Some carry-ons. Oh, valises maybe. So, particular kind of bag you might carry onto an aircraft. And then ways to go are avenues. Con Spanish is to Spanish as what is to French avec, with. There we go. So we have with in Spanish and French. Medium for animals. Medium for animals. Oh, a pet psychic? A medium as in a psychic medium, someone who purports to communicate with the dead. Yeah, I guess you can have someone who does that for pets. Buy you a drank singer. I actually don't know. Blank issue. I don't think I know this either. Playthings. Acts of a play. I think is probably what that is. Athlete's affliction informally. I'm not sure. Russian country house. That's a dacha. That I certainly know. Like a holiday home sort of thing. It's very common. Okay, athlete's affliction informally. The something maybe. You could imagine the somethings, pluralized, being an informal term for an athlete's condition, but I'm not sure what the actual answer is. Places to get wraps, spas maybe. Filter acronym. Oh, HEPA filter. You see that on, I think, vacuum cleaners and things sometimes have that. I don't know what it actually stands for, but it's some kind of air filter mechanism. I don't know. Main, e.g. I think it is. Seine sites. These would be sites on the River Seine, so I assume this will be in French. I'm not sure what specifically we're referring to here, unfortunately. Îles, maybe? Islands? Oh, yeah, no, it is, yeah. Because adornment for the unpierced could be an ear clip. So you could use, the clip-on earring rather than one that requires piercing. And then main, e.g. Main. I'm not sure. I mean, the main could be the ocean. I don't see what synonym that would be here. Sorry, I'm just looking at my keyboard to see if the letters give me any ideas, and they're not really giving me any ideas. Huh, okay. Oh, the yips. Oh, pape? What? This must be wrong. Maybe HEPA is wrong. Main. Okay, I don't see what that is. I'll have to come back to it. But the yips, I don't know. I don't really remember what it is, but it's some kind of thing that athletes can get. And is it something to do with sort of anxiety around, performance being witnessed? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, game, I might be wrong. Game with a hands down winner. Game with a hands down, Twister, because that's that game in which you put your hands and feet in prescribed, sort of randomly selected circles. Okay, T-Pain, this must be T-Pain, is the singer of that song. All right, there we go. And then something issue, I don't know. Sarah McLachlan's highest charting U.S. single. I know I've seen this. I know I've seen this before, and I probably would have heard it on the radio at the time, but I don't remember what it is. And that's annoying because now I can't make progress. Famed lab assistant, Igor, classically associated with mad scientists in many, many, many films. Frequent sighting on the island of Kauai. Frequent sighting on the island of, a nene, the bird. Right, which I think is the state bird of Hawaii, maybe? Oh, wedge issue. So here we go, Adia. Okay, I thought it was either Adia or Aria, but I couldn't remember which. Anyway, wedge issue is a political issue that's used intentionally to sort of divide people. So that's all that. So now what do I do here? Main, e.g. Oh, ear clap. What was that about? Sorry, that was completely wrong. It is HEPA and it is pipe. It's like a water main, a sewer main, a big pipe, important main pipe. Okay, well that's a relief. That's ridiculous that I just mistyped that. Okay, well, there we go. I think that was a reasonably approachable Friday as far as Fridays go. I mentioned, I think on Wednesday, that I thought Wednesday was maybe on the more approachable side for a Wednesday puzzle, and that was bucking a bit of a trend by our current, presumably interim editor, Joel Faliano, to be a bit more difficult than maybe his predecessor, Will Shorts. But I found this one to be maybe a little bit more on the approachable side as well, or maybe I've just acclimated to the Joel Faliano editorship difficulty level. I don't know. Let me know how you feel about that. I do find it is very difficult for one person to just peg the difficulty of a given puzzle because it's so person specific. I hadn't really appreciated this until just now. I do like this grid. It's a nice, very elegant grid that is sort of almost completely 90-degree rotationally symmetrical, as well as just 180-degree, but obviously not quite, and breaks that in several ways. But it's still just a nice, elegant looking grid without all that much breaking it up. And there we have it. That was the Friday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how you felt about this one. And I'll be back tomorrow for another themeless puzzle, the Saturday crossword, in which we do this all over again, still with no theme and maybe the toughest puzzle of the week. So join me for that, and let's see how we get on. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Friday. Take care.